Welcome to DeaconsTable MiniAdventures, set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, or as the elves call it, Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middlelands and the mysterious Mistwood Forest. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem-solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from our DeaconsTable Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players, by default, the mini-adventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels. Whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes, every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. These adventures will be available for sale on our Patreon page.
Hey, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. This is DeaconsTable, and I am Deacon Blues, your crazy-haired resident dungeon master. And we are back with another wonderful mini-adventure. So this time, episode number 15 already. So we are moving right along. It's hard to believe we've done so many of these already on top of all the other streams that we're doing, which is fantastic. And it's nice to see we're getting some really good involvement. This is, of course, just a group of friends and like-minded individuals that get together on Discord and hang out, and we talk geek speak, and and we hang out, and play Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what we like to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy watching, and if you want to be part of it, be sure to follow along with the links that will be provided throughout the stream. And we will go from there. And then you can join us on the Discord and become part of this wonderful community. So with that in mind, I'm going to go down the list here, and we're going to find out who everybody is and who they're playing this evening. And we will get into things where we left off. So we're going to start off with Runetash Wildheart. Who are you? And who is the character? Or what is the character you're playing?
Hi, my name's Dave. I am Runetash Wildheart. I am a Twilight Cleric of Kumir. I'm trying to correct an issue and mistake we had last time we were at Shelbourne Cove with my group here.
Excellent. And Velnil.
Hello, I'm Ace. You can call you can see me at Black Lantern Ace on Twitter and the Discords and stuff. And I am playing Velnil, a reborn grave cleric.
Excellent. And Gabba.
Hi there, Ken the Friend, on various social media platforms, but I'm playing Gabba, the local goblin barbarian druid. Come to also fix a mistake that was made last time. So here's hoping.
Fantastic. And last but not least, we have Luca.
Hi, yes, I'm Jenny, and I'm playing Luca Greycliff, a warlock. And also there to correct the mistake made last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to catch everybody up, anybody that's deciding to tune in, last time they went out on the adventure to Shelbourne Cove to figure out and uncover some truths of what was going on in the cove and what had happened. And of course, through the discovery, ended up going out and meaning well to hopefully fix the problem and reconnect the oath to a shrine. But instead, the shrine ended up destroyed at the bottom of the seas. So they've now banded back together and decided, we've got to fix this problem. Whether it be guilt that's doing it or, hope for reward, whatever the reason being. Our band of 4 brave adventurers are back together again and headed along their journey. With that being said, the scent of brine clings stronger than memory as your boots once more find wind-swept trails beyond Mistwood. Seabirds circle above, but do not sing. The southern horizon is cloaked in gray, where storm clouds churn low and wide across the Seahorse Gulf. What once felt like a breeze of change now stings like guilt. Shelbourne Cove lies ahead, still too quiet. The Saltdown siren lives. Her call deepens, rippling through the sea and through those who once called the village home. Charmed townsfolk have vanished into the tide. The reef has darkened, and still the oath remains broken. Elder Marna's final words echo as the wind picks up behind you. If she is not stopped, the sea will not sleep again. This time, you return not to uncover the truth, but to end it. As you're walking along, is there anything you guys want to discuss with each other? Anything you want to do to prepare as you're approaching the village?
Let me just double check and see if my spells.
I mean, do we have a plan? Do we know what materials we need? Have we collected that, or do we need to collect those? Or
well, you tell me what you would have collected in Mistwood to prepare you for this particular trip.
oh, well, I didn't know if they were like components. Like there has to be like diamond dust and like 3 pounds of rocks.
There was no anything related to the ritual that Runetash was taught. You guys have. I'm talking about other things. If there's anything else that you feel would have been important to bring with you on this particular trip.
Well, I mean, obviously the conch and I think was it the pearl as well, so we can have our water breathing.
I'm going to make sure my vigilance blessing is on Luca. That provides her with advantage on her next initiative check.
You provided a little too hard to Luca there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. So you've got that on.
And Valno is actually going to look around to see if there's any dead around.
What do you mean dead around?
Like dead creatures.
Okay, you're walking through the fields and the plains towards Shelbourne Cove.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, is there anything in Mistwood before you had left? What would your character have brought with you? Anything other than what's on your character sheet? Did you pick up anything extra?
No, not that I know.
I did not.
No.
Okay. Would you have? That's the big question.
Gamble would have brought everyone a lunch. Or
okay, so rations.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are prepared. You've got your packs and you're headed along the route. The light from the reefs ahead in the water fade behind as the sea deepens out as you're reaching the edge of the water line. The village is there. You don't see Marna out and about at this point, but you know she's probably around somewhere in the village. But the place is still an abandoned ghost town. So you are headed right back at it at this point. The sea is deepening, shifting from sapphire to murky green-black. Tangled kelp gives way to jagged walls of bleached coral and slick obsidian stone. Schools of fish swim in slow, looping patterns, unnaturally calm. Bubbles hang in the water like trapped breath unmoving. The trench yawns below, a gaping fissure, rimmed with shattered reef and barnacle-crusted stone. Pale bioluminescent motes swirl lazily in the water, but some vanish when approached, as if they're living and sentient. You feel the presence of the deep around you. You know, the water distorts your sound. Your own heartbeat pulses louder than distant motion. Strange symbols flicker and disappear on passing stones as you kind of work your way out to where the reefs were the last time, where you last seen the siren. The path ahead is clearly dangerous, and you'll need to, try to stay quiet and calm. Keep your bearings, trust your instincts. Magical residue lingers in the water like smoke, twisting currents and masking the way. So the area where down below, is where the shrine was. You actually kind of reached that point but realize that there's nothing left of that shrine and that area at all, except for this magical residue in the water. You do see that darkened area where she retreated under the waves going into the trench itself. So, obviously this is as far as you're going to go surface-wise. So what is everybody doing at this point?
So the trench goes under the water. It hasn't split the water.
No, it goes under.
All right. So we're definitely going to need water breathing.
Valno once again iterates. She does not need to breathe water, so she'll be fine.
So, I mean, is the plan of the group to go restore the promise? Is it to hunt down someone to do both?
I think we need to remove the siren and then replace the shrine that was there.
That was Marna's last word.
The siren is bad.
Yeah, the siren is bad. The siren has to be removed. That was Marna's last request. And you are muted, Luca, just in case you're unaware.
All right, so what do we have for water breathing? We have the pearl and the conch.
Right, which apparently, like we did last time, we can pass around. So we could do one. We all have, like, I think, an hour-ish. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Oh, that should work.
But it's enough to give, I think, the three of us water breathing. That's what happened last time.
Yeah.
Vanil doesn't require it.
Regardless, we'll have to be up within the hour.
I'm going to edit some mic adjustments here, some volume levels. Bring them up. There we go. Okay. So to get down, you've got the water breathing taken care of. So you're not really worried about that. You do know the currents here are insane from what you remember the last time. And what it looks like is in the trench, it's probably a little bit more difficult. You are trying to be inconspicuous and not just be like swimming crazily through the opening and be visual. So you're going to want to be stealthy. There is magic in the water. You can see that. You're going to want to be alert and, know your surroundings. So there are some options there that you can choose to do to get down to the bottom. There's athletics, obviously. There's stealth. There's arcana, perception, and nature to do different things. And in order to get to the bottom, you do need to make some group checks moving forward and see how you do. So what, Runetash, as you dive beneath the waves, what are you doing?
Well, I am going to use the weight of my scale mail to try to bring me down slowly and allow me to move through the water. So I'm going to try athletics.
All right. So narrow shaft, you get down into the trench, and a narrow shaft seems to wind downwards a little bit, and currents are hammering through it like breath through a broken reed. You'll really need to force your way down, and using that weight is really helping you. So roll me an athletics check.
Natural 1.
The current seizes you mid-descent and flings you sideways into the coral. As it does, you feel a sting on your exposed skin on the one arm. You are drawing blood.
Ooh.
Oh, things are already looking positive for us.
3 points of slashing damage in this case, and you tumble a little bit before you do eventually regain control. Moving down, Luca, what are you doing as you dive beneath the waves? Oh. You're muted. There you go.
Just trying to make, just swimming. What check would you want me to make?
Well, it's not just swimming. You could. Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying to, follow the magical trails that are through the water, like the essence? Are you just trying to be very perceptive under the water? Are you
Probably, yeah.
using, it's
Probably
picking one
perception.
skill and Probably perception. So roll me as you pause near a collapsed portion of the ridge. The water here is thick with silt. Something moves, barely visible. Roll me a perception check.
That's a 23.
Nice.
23. A pale trail of bones and broken shells mark what seems to be a different route down, tucked behind a coral overhang. So that's what you've noticed. Gaba, you've dived into the waves. What are you choosing to do?
Well, she's too low level a druid to turn into any aquatic forms. So
Yeah.
she's just right now, she's just swimming her way down. Trying not to be overt, but just her focus just getting down. So she's not really focused on anything else.
You did the dive the last time, and you're finding you're maneuvering a little bit easier with the current. Some of the sea creatures here and fish. I mean, you're a druid. You're picking up on something. They're acting a little strange. Fish swim just randomly in circles. A crab seems to climb back and forth across a ridge repeatedly for no reason. Something has kind of altered the flow of life. Make me a nature check.
Nature check. 11. What's that?
Actually, you needed an 11. You recognize the signs of reef pressure and water temperature shifts. Something that is not like it's really confusing the fish and the wildlife that is here. There is a deeper, more stable trench beneath a nearby overhang. And you start moving towards that because it seems to be the best route. Valnil, you've easily dived underwater. Your breathing is not an issue. What are you doing?
She's going to be looking out for hostiles. Most notably to see if that sirens around, because she's basically trying to keep an eye out for the target. Actually, like see, as she would see it at this point.
Okay. Well, you in that case just make me a straight athletic check.
It wouldn't be perception?
Nope.
Oh.
There's nothing to perceive here.
Nat 20?
Okay. So as you do, you brace yourself and drive forward through the surge of the water currents, and your muscles burning as the reef scrapes past. It very narrow in certain areas where you're literally scraping coral against your skin. You will take 2 points of slashing damage as you push your way through and break into a hollow chamber beneath. Going back to Runetash, you did tumble a little bit away, but managed to regroup, and you've forced your way down into the same hollow chamber that opens up below. With Luca and Gaba, as you guys, Gaba, you were swimming towards what you saw as felt was a more stable way down on the other side of the shelf, which was the exact shelf that Luca had seen just on the other side of the coral shelf, and you both end up descending down this older access tunnel, and all four of you emerge into this larger cavern. Vision, who has dark vision?
I have dark vision, and I can give it to everyone in the group if they don't have it.
Luca has double sight.
Luca has it. Gabby, you have dark vision, I believe.
I believe. I just haven't verified yet. Yep, I have a dark vision, 60 feet.
I do not think I have dark vision. No, the only thing I have vision-wise is Eyes at the Grave, which allows me to see undead.
Okay, so you can't. It's dark for Val.
I can use my Eye of the Night domain feature, and now you have 300-foot dark vision.
Okay,
Ooh.
so you guys make out this this cavern. Well, you're still actually in water, and you're coming down to this opening into this cavern. So you're coming down through the trench as you do, and it narrows as it deepens. As I've mentioned, walls of jagged reef and calcified driftwood curling inward like the ribs of a long dead leviathan. It's kind of a very eerie view as you guys are heading down into the depths of the water. Bioluminescent strands sway gently overhead, tangled like a curtain of some unseen current. Beyond them, the cavern opens. A soft, echoing song, more felt than heard, vibrates through the coral. Shapes move ahead, familiar ones. They're fishermen, villagers, shellborn folk, actually. They drift back and forth on the little patch of dry land that you're on right now. It's all pocketed with puddles and water, tending to coral growths on the walls and on the stone at their feet. They're clearing rubble, murmuring praise in a tongue that scrapes the edge of reason. You really just don't understand what they're actually saying. And as you kind of move in the water and you exit the water behind you, with a shiver, you do see something. Like there's another big puddle of water ahead, and there's something moving in that water. You do see that. So what are you doing?
Right. You said we've seen fishermen. Are they alive or are they dead? Anything that would indicate otherwise?
Well, that's
Would Valnell be able to tell if they were undead?
This is what they currently look like.
Well, they are covered in barnacles. I'm activating Eyes of the Grave.
They are not undead.
Okay, Valna would just look and say they're alive, though it doesn't look like it.
So they're not dead.
Nope. They seem to be pretty much, kind of glance over at you as you've kind of entered into this chamber. And they just continue working.
Okay.
By the way, I do know the location of any undead within 60 feet.
Yep.
Maybe they're waiting for town to be fixed first.
Valnell just raising an eyebrow and goes, I would think more so that they have been enchanted like Luca and Runetash were before.
Likely. Well, where do we fix this? Where do we put the new shrine, and how do we get started?
Well, we have to get past these guys. Do we?
Seems like the only way forward is like just across this dry piece of land, and towards that water that's on the other side.
Vano's actually just going to try to walk past them and see if they will let her walk by.
Runetash will follow behind.
Yeah, Gabba's following, going, Hi, we're going to fix Alter, okay? Okay.
Okay. They're not advancing towards you at all. They're just doing their job. Are you following along, Luca?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you're at this water. It looks fairly deep. It's like you're going to have to swim across it.
In we go.
Yep, Valno's not going to think twice of it.
Okay, so who's going to go in first?
Traps.
I'll head first.
Runetash going to go in first?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Valno will follow right behind.
You normally have a 30 movement, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you get 15 when you're swimming. Okay, who's next after Runetash?
Val will go.
15. And next,
Matter.
Luca?
Gabba will kind of take a final look at the villagers. There's no like, it's just the villagers, right? They're doing their own thing.
Yep.
Okay. She reluctantly follows.
Okay. So you are in the water at this point. And you're swimming towards, as you're swimming across and out, again, you're using the benefit of your dark vision for certain as you're doing so. And you do see another piece of dry, stony surface about 10 feet, 15 feet in front of you as you're swimming. So within the next round of swimming, you'll be able to get across for certain. There's not a problem there. However, as you're swimming, this thing in the water that you saw moving, you see again coming up from deeper within. What you are seeing at this point is yes, what looks like a very large eel-like creature rising up from beneath. Well, we shouldn't say very large, but it's definitely not like a normal eel. It's like human-sized, maybe a little bit longer. And it is rising up towards you with these jagged, like teeth moving towards you.
Time to get
What do you
ready.
do? Okay. Everybody can make me an initiative.
Would it be okay if I cast Bless right beforehand when we see it?
Yep. You sure
Okay.
can.
Everyone has Bless. That's 1d4.
Then
Okay.
I'm gonna take this up to cast Bane then, if that's the case.
Okay. And that gives him a minus what again?
1d4,
He gets minus 1d4.
which ended up being 3.
Oh, isn't it just he rolls a d4 whenever he attacks and just
Yeah, I
subtracts
thought that's
from the
what it
attack?
was.
Oh, the target must roll. Sorry, my bad. Wrong person.
Yeah, whenever I attack, I have to roll a minus 1d4. So it rises up. So we've got Runetash. What is your initiative?
7.
7. Okay. And Luca.
You have advantage, Luca.
I rolled an 18, but let me roll again if I have advantage. Oh, that's even better. That's a 22.
22. Okay. Excellent.
Sorry, can't math today.
And Gabba.
17.
Nice. And Val.
Do we get advantage, or is it
No.
just Luca? Okay, I figured it. So, Val would have won.
Okay. Someone actually goes after me. Excellent. All right. So top of the round, Luca, that's you. As this thing is approaching, you see it. It's on the other side of Val and Runetash, but it is coming up from under the water, and it is coming towards you and your friends.
You got yourself a cleric shield.
I think that she would probably want to cast Armor of Agnes.
Okay.
Action. And since it hasn't really attacked yet, that's my action. I can't do. Okay. Just make sure she's pulled her, at least her dagger out.
Okay. So you've got a dagger out, and you cast Armor of Agatha.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And that takes us down to Luca. Not Luca, Gabba. Sorry, Luca just went.
So Gabba's swimming forward, and she'll call out, "Talk to Gabba. Please don't eat us. Gabba and friends just passing through." She calls out after casting Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and that's her turn.
Let me see whether this thing will respond. It is a beast, so it does count as an animal. Okay. All right, and that takes us then to me. With that, you get a response from the one that you were looking at, Gaba. Hungry.
What was that?
Hungry. That's what Gaba hears.
Yeah.
Gaba is speaking with them.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
4.
Oh God.
Yeah. So one is coming up there. One is going to go. The one that you were talking to is not going to respond, but this one's going to swim in. So, so there's one on Gaba, one on Runtash, and one on Val. Gaba, 13 plus 5, 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Take 7 points of damage, piercing, and 4 points of cold damage.
All right.
And because you've still, how long does the speak with animals usually last? It's like a number of rounds, correct?
It's an hour, I think.
Okay. Again, as this one, you got bit from behind as it came up and basically bit you in the ass. You get a voice from behind you, like that bestial language in your mind that no one else hears or understands. Hungry. And they say chomp. Val.
Okay. Well.
17, no, it's not your turn.
Oh.
17 plus 5, 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Okay.
As it has wrapped itself around you. And on Runtash, 15 plus 4, 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, that is 7 points of piercing damage and 4 points of cold damage.
So 11.
Yeah. Okay, that is all of them that are going to be going this particular round. And with that, we are now at Val's turn.
Okay. At this point, I'm
actually, hang on. Runtash, you got a 7, right?
Yes, I did.
Runtash, sorry, you're first. And then Val. My apologies.
I cast Spiritual Guardians.
Okay.
Good idea.
So
Okay,
whenever
and what is
that is a 15-foot radius. Whenever they start their turn within 15 feet of me or enter, they have to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Get 3d8 radiant damage.
So they get a save.
Yeah, a Wisdom save when they start their turns or enter.
Okay.
And
all right.
As a bonus action, I will Healing Word myself.
All right. And then now, Val. Sorry.
Since Val has been pretty injured by this thing, she's just going to use Vampiric Touch on it.
Okay. Are you attempting to escape, or are you just going to do it with disadvantage?
Is that an action or a bonus action?
It is an action to escape.
Well, no, Vampiric Touch.
That's a touch spell. It's still you still have to make a
So and I don't think I have 2 actions, so
you can take the ranged touch attack, but you roll it at disadvantage because you're grappled.
You know what? Let's try to ungrapple then.
Okay, that is a strength check.
Strength check on Vonel. This is gonna be well, it should be easy, as I say.
Don't forget your D4.
Yep.
Okay.
The DC 13. You probably broke
Oh,
3.
sorry, Bless is gone.
So what did you roll on your strength?
Well, I rolled at 13.
Okay, so you broke free.
Okay.
So you are free, but now you can't do your vampiric touch.
Yep.
But you are free, which is a good thing. So top of the round, Luca.
Luca?
Luca, you there?
Yes? You're not
What are you
hearing me?
doing?
We are
Can you hear
now.
me?
Just now.
Oh, I thought for a second maybe I was muted and didn't realize it.
Oh, it's your turn.
I was asking if have one pretty close to me.
There's
kinda
one,
like
yeah,
the one-
kind of behind you. That big yeah, but yeah.
But I'm far enough away I can Eldritch blast it.
You're like literally 5 feet. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can Eldritch blast from right beside it, essentially.
Okay, so I mean,
Okay, I'd do that.
Okay.
First one is a Bridge Flash. It's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
That's 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Second ray is 24 to hit,
Hits.
and that's 6 points of damage.
It dies. You kill it.
delete.
Delete. Okay. And that brings us to Gabba. Gabba, you're up. You're still getting that same communication that they're hungry. They need to eat.
Yeah. Gabba feels bad, but she kind of calls out, "Go away, or we'll eat you." And that's kind of it. She's still trying to intimidate, but she's keeping her distance for the moment.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay. That has turned out to be only a 14.
Okay.
Well, admittedly, Gavin didn't sound all that threatening with it.
She feels bad for him. Does that get it? No, I don't have bless anymore.
No,
One
unfortunately
just isn't near the surface anymore. It seems to have swam.
Gavin intimidated us to death.
It swimmingly went down below. There we go. But one did vacate from the area so that you can get through. There's still 2, however, that remain. That brings us to me, and I have to make a wisdom saving throw.
And you need to beat 15.
That's right. Switch concentrations.
An 11, that's not going to do it. And a 14 is not going to do it. So they both failed.
And they both take only 6 damage from my
6
special.
damage each?
Well, whichever one is currently going. Well, they both failed. So yeah, 6 damage each.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that was their turn. And Val and Runtash, you are the targets. So a 24 to hit Val.
That hits.
And that is a 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And 4 cold.
Okay.
And yeah, okay. The one on Runtash just kind of swims over here. for some reason.
Do I get an no? It's
Yes,
Lisa.
you do get an attack of opportunity.
Mwahaha.
Hit it. Hit it.
Only a 10.
Oh, that misses.
Ah,
So it is
good
now
try.
over there. So that is the end of my turn. Runetash, it's now your turn, though.
the one that is running from me, I will cast Toll the Dead, which is
Okay.
a Wisdom saving throw.
4. I don't think so.
No. And takes 4 damage. You hear a bell ring out in under the water. Just thum.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
It's damaged. I was supposed to roll d12s. That's okay.
Oh, let's just add 2 more points of damage. Just why not? Okay. And it is now Val's turn.
All right. Val is going to basically do the same thing and just toll the dead, the one in front of her.
Okay.
12 and 9. So that would be a total of 21 damage.
13 on the saving throw.
13 on the saving throw. Let me just double check the saving throw. 14 is the save DC.
All right, so it failed. It's gone. Okay. That's you, and that takes us to the top of the round.
Val just basically says, "You will hunger no more now."
So, Luca, what are you doing? There's one left. Seems to be kind of like swimming in circles over in this area.
She would Eldritch Blast it. She'd have
Okay.
to get between those two. Assuming she could swim between them. Under.
Oh yeah, she can swim between. Not a problem.
25 to hit.
5 to hit. That hits.
9 damage.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That hits as well.
I rolled a 1. That's 5 damage.
Okay. You guys at this point clear the water of dangerous.
All right.
Gabba would, and this is going to sound dumb, but she's going to like kind of, while in the water, kind of dump out some of her rations so that the one that was surviving might have something to eat other than its cousins before
throw some
rejoining the
rations
rest
in
on
the
dry
water?
ground. Huh?
So you throw some rations in the water?
Yeah, well, under the, yeah. So she'll try to get the rations to sink down towards the other creature.
Well, you do, as it's in the water, it's almost like when you're throwing chum in the water. You see them come up and swim around and take it and then back away from you and down.
Okay.
But they're still saying, you can still hear them.
Yeah.
Hungry.
Sorry about that.
So this is what you see. There is an exit here. And there's like a little alcove over on the side.
Do we want to risk or do we want to keep going?
Well, bite hurt, but Gabba okay to keep going. They're just hungry.
Sorry.
That's all. Go on.
Valno is just going to cast Cure Wounds on herself and
Okay.
just say, "I should be fine."
All right. I'm not too bad either.
Yeah, but you said you're not too bad.
Gabba okay to keep going.
All right.
What did, So we just see more fishermen to our right and left.
Yeah, a couple more villagers, fishermen, villagers coming in. One must have been down in that alcove for some reason, and now it's out here cleaning barnacles off and scraping coral and all different things that seems to be pointless to what it's doing, but obviously it's doing it for a reason. What have you guys decided to do at this point?
Can we see past to like the left where the alcove north of us is? Can we see past the fishermen there?
Where the one villager just came in, it seems like a winding cavern that you kind of really can't see far because it's winding around.
What about the alcove? Is that up, down?
You can see into the alcove, but there's like hidden around the corner. There's like a hidden area because you didn't really see where he came from at first. But I mean, again, they're not stopping you. You can go in and investigate if you like.
I'll head to the alcove.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Slowly. Is it dim light down here?
It's next. I mean, there's a few bioluminescence in the water, but other than that, it's just your dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah, Val's gonna follow Runetash as well.
I'm going to try and move silently. I am in scale mail, which is disadvantage, but my twilight green cloak gives me advantage, so that's just a straight whirl.
Okay. As this is happening, as you're moving towards that alcove, you do see some stuff lying on the ground in the corner as you're moving towards it. However, you see like the puddles of water that are on the ground begin to ripple, I guess is a good way of saying it.
I did get an 18 on my stealth.
Yep. So you are hidden. However, kind of blocking your path as this thing rises up. Doesn't really be paying attention to you. It's just looking out towards the others that are coming towards this area. Is something that kind of looks like that.
I'm going to.
That does look undead.
It is not.
So it doesn't seem to see me, but it seems to see everyone else.
Yeah, because you're kind of like pressed against the wall. Like I'm assuming you're using stealth, right? So as much as you can, you're pressed against the wall. So you're not sure if it sees you. It's not really looking at you. It's looking beyond. I mean, Luca and Val and Gabba behind it. This thing kind of forms from the water. And it seems to be looking out towards you guys, standing over whatever it is that's on the ground. Are you continuing towards Runetash?
I am not. I'm gonna stay in motion toward the rest if they don't. To let them know it's there if they don't happen to see it.
Yeah, they can see it if they're looking back because everybody's got dark vision now, right? So
yeah,
they see this thing. It's some form of elemental.
Is there a body on the ground or just coming out of the water?
It came out of the water.
Oh, okay.
Puddles of water.
Right. I'm gonna back up and back away. It doesn't seem to be bothering with us.
No, it's just standing above whatever it is on the ground.
Right.
Yeah, Valno basically just calls out to Runetash and goes, I think we might as well just leave that there. It doesn't seem to be interested in slowing our progression.
No.
Doesn't seem like there's a passageway behind it.
Nope. Just an alcove. The exit's here.
Well, I'll head toward the exit.
Yep, same here.
We're here to help, okay? She'll kind of call out to see if it'll respond.
It doesn't.
Okay. She'll slowly follow the group.
You guys wind around various tunnels and passageways. You're following that that sound that you can feel rather than hear. The tunnel spirals inward. The water that's around tight and still in the corners, and where it is kind of crossing, like where the cavern is kind of sunken under. You never go more than maybe a foot and a half deep of water as you're kind of trudging through. Shapes and some of the distant passages seem to drift just outside your vision. Probably more villagers, fishermen, doing their work. But you hear echoes through the cavern. It's kind of hard to tell whether they're watching or just caring about their business. Then the cavern suddenly opens, and you emerge into a vast air-pocketed hollow. The walls pulsing with cold light, coral bones, and storm glass shards form a massive throne atop a raised platform. Draped across it, half submerged in a pool of shadowed brine, is the salt-bound siren. Her body is sea and stone, her eyes aglow with pale fire. The song returns, no longer a lure, but a command. Words unspoken echo in your skull. She sleeps no longer. I am her voice. At the cavern's center, a ritual circle lies cracked and glowing faintly. The air hums with broken power. You feel it in your bones. This place was once sacred. Now you must choose: confront the siren directly, or try to resist her long enough to just repair the broken oath and weaken her hold.
Well, we were told that she had to go.
I am bringing up the oops.
Exactly. Either way, they're going to be in danger if we let this thing hang around. Plus, we can fix the rune, the oath, after she's gone. Is how Valnell's seeing it.
And there is, where did it go? Props. We're going to put this, actually, no, we're going to use this one around her and make it a little smaller. There's the circle. And she's sitting up on the throne. So, are you guys doing initiative? Is that the option? Is that what you said she's got to go?
Well, Gabba will just walk up towards her.
Okay.
And just stand by her, for starters.
Runtash gives Vigilant Blessing to himself.
And Valno is actually going to cast something on Gabba to make sure that the siren doesn't attack her. She's going to cast Sanctuary as a bonus action.
Okay.
It basically means it wards the creature within range, which is basically the range is 30 feet. And they have to roll a save, wisdom save.
If they attack.
Yeah, if they attack. And on a failed save, they have to choose a new target.
Or forego the attack.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, Gabba would kind of be like, not threatening her, just wants to be close to her and be like, we come fixed, okay?
Runtash would follow up close behind.
Same with all.
Okay.
Luca would spread out to the right a little bit of them all.
Okay. So you are moving in, and you hear her song. The sorrow, the sadness, the melancholy. Everybody make a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma. Oh, 13.
19.
13.
28.
Okay, so you two are afraid. Rintash and Val.
Val rolled the 13.
Oh, Luca, what did you? Oh, you rolled. Luca, you're fine then. Never mind. It's like the other way around.
I'm going to ask you why we removed me.
Okay. So that's what's happened here. So now, the two of you that are remaining that are resisting this song, that fright lasts for 1 minute, guys.
Okay. So it means we can't approach, right? It just be
Right.
It doesn't mean we can't attack. But I believe
No, you
attack
can't. If you attack, you can't get closer than where you were. But your instinct was to run.
Right.
Like
So
right
I
now, you're in
assume
the doorway, so you can
yeah.
stop. You're in the doorway,
Mhm.
but you can't move towards it. Like you can't.
Right. So long as we can do a longer range attack is what
Right.
you're basically saying.
Yep. All right. So, Luca, what did you roll?
Or what?
Initiative.
Oh, I didn't know we were rolling initiative.
Didn't roll it yet.
Yeah, initiative, everybody, because you guys all cast a preempt spell, and she started singing.
I rolled a 20.
12.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Roll for Luca. Val
5.
and Gaba.
9.
Nice.
Makes
Okay,
sense. We were the
Rintash.
ones that got scared off.
Rintash, top of the round.
Runtash begins to grabs a hold of his holy symbol of Kumir, starts chanting and saying a prayer, and casts Twilight Sanctuary by channeling divinity. A 30-foot globe of dim light surrounds me, centered on me. I'm going to now, with that 30 feet, get Gaba and Vanil.
Yep.
All right, so okay, that's my turn. I can't do anything else. I'm going to have to wait.
Okay. And
Oh.
What did that
on-
do?
Well, on the end of anyone's turn that ends, I can either give you 1d6 plus my cleric level and temporary hit points, or I can end a charmed or frightened effect.
Okay.
So I'm going to give myself only 6 extra temporary hit die.
Temporary hit points, you mean?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, that is my turn.
okay. With that, you notice the sound of her song shift and change to one more enticing. Runtash and Luca, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Another dirty 20.
Okay, so you are now resistant to both of her songs.
18.
And you are resistant to both of her songs. And that is the end of her turn. And then we move on to Luca. It's your turn.
Mhm. I am going to cast. I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
She's 60 feet away, within 60 feet.
Oh, yeah. She's only like 25 feet.
All right. He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, she gets a +4 to that. So that is 18.
Pass.
Okay.
He's going to take half damage.
What did you roll for damage?
6. Eight.
8 points damage, so it takes 4.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And at the end of your action?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll stay there.
And Gabby, you're up.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
was going to say Luca gets 11 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I already have temporary hit points from my armor bag. I don't think I can add any more, can I?
No, whichever one is higher is what you would get, but I don't know how that would affect the armor.
Okay. I can't stack it, so I think I'll just keep what I have for my armor bag.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Gabby, you're up.
Is Gabba still frightened?
You are frightened, but you can make an attack.
Yeah,
At a distance.
She'll pick up a rock, imbue it with magical energy. And it's like, you're mean, and just chuck it at her.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, I can do that.
Yep. You're throwing a rock at something you're terrified of.
Oh, that's still a 17.
Nice. That hits.
Of course, it's only 3 points of bludgeoning.
Damage is damage.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay. And Val.
Guiding bolt at 3rd level.
Okay. Disadvantage.
You're no longer frightened, Gabba.
Yay!
Oh, she's no longer frightened?
At the end
It's
of
an ability
her turn.
Rune did.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. That was a 13 to hit.
Missed.
Bugger.
Okay. And at the end of the turn, and then we go to the top of the round. Runtash.
And you're not feared anymore or frightened anymore, Valnir.
Got it.
All right. Runtash is going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Bring that up.
I'm noticing me and Runetash have a lot of the same spells.
They're the best spells. Mate ranged attack.
Rune Tasha, good boy.
You're both clerics.
Only 12.
12 points of damage, or is that 12 to hit?
Oh, 12 to hit. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Missed. Okay. Is that
All
it
right.
for you?
And as a bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level.
Okay.
So a huge mace just appears with Twilight magic and appears right, I believe, next to.
Next to her.
To the face.
Yep, and I can make a melee attack.
Okay, go ahead.
Mace it.
Only 11.
11, that misses. Okay, is that the end of your round?
That is the end of my round.
Okay, that brings it to me.
Why do I feel like
again,
I'm going to die?
She continues to sing. Now, Runtash and Luca, you are immune to both. However, Val and Gabba, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
And that would be dirty 20.
Okay. Gabba?
You're attacking me at my strength.
6. And that's with advantage because of if it's a charmed effect, but
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want any harm to come to her. You'll do anything to stop it.
Oh no.
You can't let your friends hurt her. So just so you know, that's what her action was. With that, Luca, you're up.
Hmm. You guys not hear me again?
I hear
No.
you.
Actually,
Yeah,
it said,
no,
it was silence.
Okay. I was asking, can I see that Gabba's been charmed by her?
Nope. Doesn't show any, doesn't give off any outwardly appearances.
Okay. Yeah, Luca's standing kind of at the edge of, is that like a rock outcropping or something with another little pathway down below?
There's another tunnel down below. Here.
So
Down here.
So I can go kind of into that. Oh, that's okay. I thought I was right up against a wall.
No, essentially you're in the center of the room.
Yeah, you're in the
Right.
middle of the room.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
2 rays. First one's a 14.
I believe that misses, but check again. Yep, it misses.
Second one is a 16.
That hits.
Okay. So that is 8 points of damage.
Okay. I mean, you guys have hit it a couple solid times, but it doesn't appear to have really damaged it much. She doesn't seem very hurt.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the end of yours. And then we take it to, oh dear, Gabba.
I should have 30 feet of movement. I should be able to reach her, right?
Let's go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You get right up beside her.
Perfect. And she'll get up there and right up to her and stand up and turn around and put her arms up. Is like, no, don't worry about her. Let her alone. Fix ritual. And she's pointing to the ritual, and that's her turn.
Is
Okay.
Gabba still within 30 feet of me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then she's no longer charmed.
Okay, the charm wears off.
Now, does she know this? Either of
You
them?
now get the feeling that you were charmed.
Okay.
But again, she has not directly hurt you.
Nope.
So,
But that ends her turn.
all right. Val, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Vampire Touch on myself. Approach the siren and touch it for a vampire, touch attack.
Okay. Go ahead.
I need to roll the hit. And I get a +3 to that, so that's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 3d6 and see how much life I take away from her. Because I get half of the damage I do. 4. So 12 damage, and I get 6 life back.
Okay.
And 6 temporary hit points if your turn's over.
Okie dokie.
Okay. That ends Val's turn, and we go to the top of the round then. Rintash.
All right. So she's not making any aggressive moves to us, even though we're being aggressive.
She hasn't as of yet. All she's done so far is sing her songs.
And looking to my right, can I see where the ritual would be, or the
It's all around her. Her throne is sitting in the middle of it.
All right. I am going to try to recreate the.
The oath.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are going to approach the circle
Try to
and
awaken
start
her.
recreating the oath.
Yes.
Okay. So we will get to that. I will start by you making a religion check with advantage.
Wait, one sec, Deacon. I got a nat 20, but I would like to send it to you.
No, that's fine. I believe you.
Okay.
Oh, good.
27 total.
Woo!
All right. So you have
Very
completed the first step in fixing the oath or reconnecting the oath. However, now it moves on to my turn. She looks at you as you do this and as it completes, and you get the sound of a hiss and a snake-like tongue come out of her mouth. And as she does, the stone around you and the coral at your feet seems to come to life. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, not my best. 17.
Okay, you manage not to be restrained by these living coral tendrils that are now moving about in the area. So as you move forward to complete the next oath, you will have to roll again as she has animated the reef around you.
Oh, great.
Okay, that is the end of her turn, and that takes us to Luca.
She would move to the left to get a good shot between Gabba and
If you hit GABA, it would be fair because I hit you last time.
And about here, you can get it right through.
yeah, right there. She would shoot some more Eldritch Blast at her.
Only time you'll hit somebody really is you roll a negative or roll a natural 1.
12, I think, misses.
It sure does.
And then 16.
That hits.
All right. All right. Got a roll of 7, 8, 19, 11 points. Damage.
Okay. And she's still up.
Did she seem
Not
to
even
take
at-
the full damage from the?
Oh, she
Is
seems
this
to be
force
taking
damage?
the damage all the way along, but she's not even at the point of being bloodied.
Right.
She's got 110 hit points.
A lot. Yeah.
No, they never said she was an easy kill.
Okay. Yeah.
And that moves us on to Gabba. You
There's
see
so much.
Runedash complete stage 1 of the ritual. You know that you are able to attempt it as well, with advantage because of the information you guys have shared towards the ritual. Anybody can make the attempt to complete parts of the ritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's kind of going to look at Runetash and Luca, and there's so much going on, and trying to protect this woman and trying to get this done, and there was so much failure and so much pressure and so much going on, and she finally just snaps, and she's like, "Will you shut up?" And she turns around and with a reckless fury just tries to knock the wind out of the siren.
Get her to stop singing, because even though you're immune to it, the song is still going.
Yeah, no, she just wants to punch her in the stomach as hard as she can.
Okay.
Enraged for him. So that is going to be, fingers crossing, a 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
And since it's unarmed strike, it's just four flat damage.
4 damage. Okay,
And-
you knock the wind out of her. Her singing kind of falters for a moment.
And 7 temporary hit points, Gabba.
Ooh, something new.
Okay, and that brings us to Val.
Okie dokie. Well, Val's gonna try to follow suit with Runetash and try to do the religion checks.
Okay, make me a religion check
With advantage?
With advantage.
with advantage.
Can I guidance? No.
No, not on this one.
I got the exact same number twice in a row.
Which was?
Just double checking my religion for a second. 16 total.
Okay, you complete stage 2 of the oath bond. Okay, and that brings us now to the top of the round, and that's Runetash.
I'm going to attempt another part of the ritual.
Okay, you need to make your saving throw first. Dexterity save.
Oh,
as you move
yes.
forward.
Yep. 15?
15 makes it. So another part of the ritual is complete.
Yay.
And that brings it to her. And on her turn, because now 2 more ritual pieces have been completed.
I think we're annoying her.
She shakes her long, wet hair and shakes it out. And as she does, the spray and the mist from the water that was in her hair forms like a brine-filled jet of force pulsing out from her in a radius going out 15 feet. Constitution saving throws for everybody within 15 feet, and that will be 5. That's everybody.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice. Only a 13 for myself.
10 for myself.
23.
25.
I have a feeling Val's been hit.
Okay, so who failed?
I got a 10.
And I got a 13.
Okay, so both of you two failed. 14 points of cold damage.
Ooh. Wait, I resisted the cold because I'm from the Frostwind families.
Yes.
Okay, but you're now back here, and you're now back here.
So
Luca
I only
and
lose 7.
And so Luca and Gabba, you succeeded. So you only take 7 points and you don't move. You don't get
Because
pushed
those
back.
temporary hit points.
All right. Valinil and Luca, you're outside of my range, I believe. So any temporary hit points you have from me is gone. If you didn't lose them from damage.
Okay.
They were already gone from damage, but
And that brings us to Luca. You're up.
Well, seeing them get pushed back, she would step up there and try to do the next stage of this ritual since she saw that they were
You're going to
succeeding.
move up and roll me a religion check with advantage.
Got this, Luca.
do it, do it, do it, do it.
Does a 15 do anything?
Yep, it completes another step of the ritual. You hear her groan. The first sound other than her song that she's actually made, and it sounds like a groan. With that, we are at Gabba's turn.
Yeah, Gava's she's raging. She's got like little whiskers coming out on either side of her nose. She's got her claws out, and she's just going to town on the siren. She is so tired of her antics. You know, this time she's facing it while the friends are completing the ritual. But another set of reckless attacks from her claws.
Okay.
Why do I imagine now Gabba grabbing the cat bell from Mario?
Yes, exactly.
It's Cat Gabba.
22 to hit with the first claw.
That hits.
Only 4 slashing minimum. And then the follow-up claw that comes up is a 25 to hit.
Hits.
and that is 7 slashing.
Okay.
And she's in her face
She now looks
hissing all
bloody.
mad. Huh?
She now finally looks bloodied. Looks like she's hurt.
Mm.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, just hissing
Val?
back at her.
Is Gabba within 30 feet? 5, 10,
Gabba's within 30 feet of you, yes.
Gabba, you get 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh, thank you.
I don't think.
Powerful ally.
Okay. And Val, so what are you doing?
All right. Val's gonna go for that ritual again.
Okay. So, Val, you move forward and you move over to another spot. Okay.
And with advantage?
Yep.
And my religion is 17 to do success for success.
Okay. Yeah. You see the broken runic pattern that's on the stone around her throne seem to reconnect on its own, like living, breathing script that's been etched into the stone that reconnects and starts to glow a aquamarine color, and it's spreading towards the throne, and you hear her shriek, and it's an agonizing, painful sound that she gives off. And she's looking extremely hurt at this point. At that was Val. We are at the top of the round. Runetash, it looks like the ritual has been completed, and it's now just playing itself out. What are you doing?
So everything's all playing out. So we just kind of. Well, I don't want to wait. Let's see.
So basically inevitability at this point.
Well, we were also told that she had to go. So I will move up to her.
Yep.
And I will take a swipe at her with my flail.
Okay.
And pack tactics. When I got an ally within 5 feet, I get advantage.
Yep, you have an ally within 5 feet.
That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
And only 5 points of damage.
Okay. She's
But
still
my
up.
spiritual weapon got a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
And
Double the initial die roll.
all right, where are you two? Spiritual weapon 1d8. So that's 2 times 2 is 4 plus 4, 8 damage.
Okay. 8 more damage. She is still up.
Get bonked.
And it is her turn, and she's doing that hair thing again with the brine water. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw, please.
$17.
Same here.
Dirty 20.
21.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Yeah,
everybody
tough.
takes 7 points except for Val. You take 3,
Kentucky.
and nobody gets pushed back. And it is
7
now.
points of what kind?
Cold.
What's that? Cold damage.
What does that do to Armor of Agathis? It produces cold. If they hit her with a melee. I guess nothing. All right, 7.
It responds of cold if you take direct damage.
Yeah,
So
but it
Luke,
has to
it's
be
your turn.
melee. Okay.
No, but they have to make a
I would
melee hit
shoot
on you
couple of-
to.
Yeah, I would shoot a couple of Eldritch Blasts back at her.
Okay, a couple more Eldritch Blasts.
If that one hits, that's a 29, 20, 24. And
Yep.
the second one hits too is 18.
Okay.
It's 10 points and 12 points damage.
She dies
Really?
on the throne. Yes.
Oh
Good
boy, I
job.
thought she had a lot more
Good
left.
job, Luke. You
Okay.
took her out. Well, she did. As you completed the halfway point of the ritual, it weakened her. As you completed the ritual,
Oh.
it cut whatever she had left in half,
Uh-huh.
which causes pain. So she's now slumped on this throne, and you see the again this ancient script and runic script and writing reaching towards the throne, and all of a sudden the throne starts to alter and shift and shape itself into something you all recognize. It looks like a copy of the shrine back in Shelbourne Cove.
No.
At this point, Valno is actually going to approach the dead siren now. And she's going to cast Animate Dead while speaking to the corpse, saying, "You will now have a chance to redeem yourself of your transgressions."
Okay.
Luca is looking horrified at Valnil.
She's a necromancer.
Could have just spoke with the dead if one of us had it.
So what are you trying to do with her?
I'm animating the corpse.
Okay. So you're casting Animate Dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Why is this the problem?
Oh no.
So you guys are watching this, and it's all going on, and Valnil approaches the thing, the shrine, which is now basically cradling the body of the siren. The entire reef that you're in, the caves, everything starts to glow this warm blue light. A sense of peace is settling through the area. You kind of glance around, and you notice that the fishermen villagers have shaken the barnacles off and are looking more normal at this point. And Val has kind of gone up, and she's started to animate, and you see the dead body of the siren begin to crawl off the shrine.
What are you doing? Stop it.
Stands straight up and looks at Val. Leave, she speaks. Leave my reef now.
Okay, that's interesting.
Balance has been restored. She wants us to leave, and it's still, even though she's animated, it's still peaceful.
Well, of course we're leaving. We can't live here.
She's like right now it's almost like she's a puppet, but not Val's.
Huh. That's interesting.
Okay, everybody make me a perception check.
Well,
11.
19
Ooh.
plus 6, so that's 25?
Okay.
25.
Okay. So pretty much, I think anybody that rolled over a 10, you can feel the ocean rumble and grumble and the pressure building.
How are we going to get all these people up there?
A rage. You all feel this. Like a rage from the sea, from the storm, from the sky. It's just...
Gonna ask Fauno if she can drop the spell.
I could try, but I'm not sure if that's even going to... I could dismiss the undead.
So you dismiss her?
Yeah.
Collapses to the ground.
All right, time to go.
And the voice again echoes, never dare cast that kind of magic in a holy shrine.
What were you thinking? Says Luca.
She basically bows her head and goes, I was just doing as... Never mind.
Val Nil Sis, comes the voice. Your efforts to restore this oath have not gone unnoticed. You will live another day, but you will never return to Shelbourne Cove. This place will not welcome you.
She
And
nods.
everything starts to calm.
Did that come from the body?
No, that seemed to be coming from the ocean, from the water, from the
That's
seas.
Dara, my
from-
dear. The god is talking. The goddess is talking to us.
Inspiration, Luca, for pinpointing it. Yes, that was the voice of Thara.
I figured as much too.
Gabba's going to take the body. Well, give anyone a chance to search it first. She'll give the party a chance to loot the corpse, and then she's going to take the corpse, and then she's going to drag it over to the other room and kind of give it to the sea beast, to something to eat on.
Okay, you have no resistance from that whatsoever. You're returning her to nature, and that's the way it is because those were beasts, and it's being returned to the sea.
Yep.
You do find, by the way, on her body a token. It's a token of the Saltborn. So anybody that's keeping notes of this can write this down. And you find a storm glass circlet around her head, around her head, underneath her hair. The circlet grants resistance to cold damage and allows you to breathe underwater. It's not a time thing either. As long as you're wearing it, you can breathe underwater and you're resistant to cold. The token, once per long rest, you can cast protection from evil and good versus aquatic creatures only.
Okay, well, someone can have the circlet if they wish. I am going to help the fishermen and the fisher people and try to get them out of here.
There are hundreds all through these caverns, and they seem to be coming to and coming out of their charms. But Shelbourne Cove awaits. And
Meanwhile, Valno is, before she leaves, she's basically going to kneel at the temple shrine, place a a tithe on it for her thing, and goes, I apologize for my mistakes. I only wish one day you will forgive me for them.
Yep. With that, I mean, a little bit of wisdom learned from Valnil. She realizes now that even though necromancy is part of her abilities and what she can do, it's still classified by most deities as evil.
Yes.
So
And evil
it's
too.
just one of and a lot of people would view it as that too, but not all. I mean, especially if you follow Griva and whatnot. I mean, it has its points, but
the thing about Valnil is that she thinks that the idea that it's best to give the wicked a chance, a chance to repent, even if it not with their soul, but just with their body.
So you
for something good to be done.
You're helping more of the townsfolk out. It seems that some townsfolk are already have gotten their way out of here, swimming to the surface. Much easier going up than it was coming down, for certain. And the sea seems extremely calm right now compared to what it was when you came in. As you move out and going back towards the town, the sea breaks above you with a gasp of salt and wind. You breach the surface as the sky has shifted, stormless. But there seems to be heavy with memory of what has just gone on. Mist curls across the battered shoreline as Shelbourne Cove comes into view. Silent still, waiting. However, a handful of villagers have already made their way up onto the docks, their eyes wide, unsure whether to step forward towards their homes or flee. It's like that fight or flight look on their face. Behind them in the sea, the once glowing tide pools are dim. Seabirds return to the jetty pylons, and though no voice sings now, the silence carries its own weight. The salt-bound siren is gone. The question is, what remains of her touch?
Luca would help them villagers get out of the water, encouraging them strongly but gently, saying, "All is well now. The shrine has been restored. Everything can go back to normal. Get back to your homes."
Mm-hmm.
You aid them, reassuring them, helping them go back to their homes. Elder Marna is there. Villagers seem to kind of lighten a little bit as they come into realization of what's happened. Elder Marna, though, just now seems free of this melancholy that had hit her and the guilt. But she looks directly at the four of you and says, "You've done more than save a village. You've mended something sacred. The Saltborn Oath is restored. Spiritual peace will settle over this area once again." With that, I mean, you guys, you can rest up here in the village, tend to your wounds.
Volno's not going to do that. Volno's actually just going to walk back to Mistwood.
Okay, so you
again,
leave.
Basically, she's going to say to the others, "I'm not welcome here anymore, so I'm just going to head over to Mistwood."
But you help.
Yep.
Luca nods at her.
You're getting from the townsfolk. I mean, they're acknowledging you, but it's not a warm reception. You can sense it, Val, as from them. It's not hatred. It's shame, and you feel like, strangely enough, you feel that, and you understand it from their perspective. It may not be the same as your beliefs, but you understand where they're coming from with what has gone on. Many of the villagers are returning to their home. They're cleaning seaweed off of things. The shrine is being cleared off. You guys everybody's invited to stay except for Val, to enjoy basically a feast of fresh seafood and like a clam bake, basically. And celebrate with the Shelbourne Cove residents a little bit. There's going to be a lot of cleanup still to do in the village. It's going to be a long time coming, but you do help as much as you can. The tide returns slowly now, soft and unhurried. Shelbourne Cove seems to breathe, but in every wave there's a memory, not of the siren's voice, but of the silence she left behind. For now, the sea sleeps, but it never forgets. And with that, we will end the session. Hopefully, that was a little bit more complete than the last time.
Yes.
And not so destructive overall.
You guys did great.
Let's see here what we've got.
Thankfully, we rolled so much better on this restoring the shrine.
Well, Runetash would have stayed.
Navigate Maw. Sorry, I'm just calculating your experience. 800.
Yeah, Runetash would have stayed, and
you didn't get him. You stayed behind a little bit.
Yeah, would stay and pay his respects. Balance has been restored, so he would probably know how to pray to, or how they would do it.
Yep, Luca would have stayed. Help them out, help them clean. Healed Gaba. Gaba needed it. Would have offered to Runetash, but I'm sure Runetash
800 experience points each. Everybody gets 800 experience points.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to figure out with that circlet. Are we going to do rollsies for who gets it?
Yeah, whoever wants the circlet token, you guys can just decide that on your own.
Well, Vol's officially out of the running because she's not even there.
Okay.
Suppose we could roll for it.
She doesn't need to breathe underwater anyway.
And she's resistant to
You,
cold.
Valnell,
Sorry.
Exactly.
as you've left the village and you've begun the day-long trek back to Mistwood, you do feel a blessing come upon you. As odd as it is, but in thanks for what you did do, you are being granted a one-time reroll on any wisdom saving throw against fear or enchantment.
Oh.
She just she actually will stop what she's doing, no matter where the hell she is, even if she's like in the middle of the road. Go on her knee and actually just pray to Thar and go, "Thank you for giving me this blessing."
Yeah. You don't obviously get a response at that point, but you did feel the blessing come upon you. The three of you remaining in the village, you actually, again, all three of you feel a different kind of blessing. You all now can put on your character sheet. You are favored of Shelbourne. You gain advantage on any charisma checks when dealing with coastal folk, druids, or sailors from the Seahorse Isles or Seahorse Gulf along the southern expanse.
Nice.
Advantage on charisma checks.
And
Yep.
if you go to Mistwood, be sure to check out Roaring Fox.
Yeah, it's all in context of coastal folk, druids, or sailors from this area, basically, of the coast, the Seahorse Gulf. So it's just not like a blanket anywhere you go in the world.
Yeah.
A
local legend.
Dang.
It's very much localized. So if there's any comments or criticisms or questions about anything, now's the time to ask. Or if that was good for everybody.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Sorry to be mean about it, Val, but I mean, I'm looking at it going, you're in a sacred holy shrine and you just passed
I'm just trying to figure out what to do about that. Considering what we said about where what was going to happen with Shelbourne when Southern Expanse begins.
Unfortunately for that, it just means at this point in time, Val won't be able to be one of the characters there. You do have a multitude of other characters, though. So, you still have Oswald, and you still have Kale, and
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
So, yeah, unfortunately, Val will be out of the equation for Shelbourne, but, it is what it is. But, yeah, it was fun to kind of get at this, and just so everybody knows that not this Sunday, because obviously Easter weekend coming up, but the Sunday following, the Discord event, I'm just going to kind of pull it up here just so I can see what it is. And I'm going to put the banner on the screen as well, so that if anybody wants to follow our link bio, that's it on the screen. And they can go, it has our Discord link there, and they can go in and join our Discord, become part of the community, become part of these games that we do, whether or not it's the MiniAdventures or it is the ongoing dungeon crawl into the depths that we do on Saturdays, or just hanging out in the Discord, or even role playing in the Discord, which is 24/7, right? So again, it is over for everybody. But the event coming up is Tides Turn Once More. And just so everybody is aware, it is a Discord event that is meant to bring the Discord community, any of the players that were not on this particular thing, to bring them to Shelbourne to help rebuild the community. So it's that kind of, it's a role-playing event. Those, if you haven't done our turn-based ones yet, might want to give it a try. It's a little bit different. It's very linear in and restricted in what you do. a lot of our role play is to a degree because of there are one shots or mini adventures. But the ones on the Discord, because it's on the Discord, have to be even more so. Basically, I post, I give you 5 minutes to respond. And if you don't respond, I just continue to move on to the next scene. Because considered the characters are continually moving and doing things. So that's generally how it works. But yeah, I had fun with this one. And it kind of puts this little bit of an arc at rest. I'm very, very much looking forward to exposing a few things coming up, through Luca finding out about this new faction that is coming out of the Scarlet Grove. There is, now that the thing is in the Discord that I posted with Creek coming back, there is a rebirth of a faction that has been gone for over 100 years. And that's the Root Wardens, which he kind of stumbled into a plot when he was just trying to loot something and got himself caught up in it and ended up doing quite well. And then taking out people that needed to be taken out, and was thanked for it. And but then again, he's a kobold, and there are burrows underneath Mistwood. The entire, there's like a massive tunnel networks that go all the way under the Mistwood forest and everything, and that's where the Root Wardens used to come from. And because he is a kobold, it seemed to be natural for him. He was quite good at burrowing and getting through. So yeah, it was fun.
It'd have been funny if the hole that Malnil dug behind the Roaring Fox had found one of those tunnels.
We're going to get to that one. Because, yes, there is. He's literally 1 foot separates the hole that was dug there by Xerxes. Is 1 foot above one of the, it's there. So,
well, Gabbo was considering turning it into a pool back there or something.
Yeah, it's only a small hole right now, but you probably could expand it and make it a little bit bigger.
Yep.
So, anyway, guys, it was fun, and I'm glad you were with me on this journey. And I am going to go probably log off and maybe do some Minecraft. Actually, who knows? I haven't done that in a while, and jump on there and use the server while I can. It is coming due this month too. Damn it. Anyway, so guys, and we'll see you on the Discord. And until next time, may all your rolls be critical. Not just a 20, also the 1, because a 1 can be just as much fun. Bye for now, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.